With the world economy in a fragile state, top corporations must adapt to survive. The bosses of some of Canada's biggest companies are about to take extreme action. To stay ahead of the game, they're going undercover in their own organizations. This week, we go undercover with a Toronto City Councillor who keeps the largest public transport system in Canada running.
We're dealing with lots right now at the TTC. We've got our budget pressures,
Yes.
our customer service issues.
The Toronto Transit Commission is responsible for getting 1.5 million people to work every day. Karen Stintz has to keep the wheels turning. But with the commission facing budget cuts, this boss is about to take radical action and go undercover. She'll swap her heels and smartphone for a safety vest and broom. Posing as a trainee being taped for a documentary, she'll assume a shocking new identity.
Hi, I'm Ruth. Hi, Ruth.
And find out what it really takes to keep the TTC on track.
Oh! Okay, whoa, here we go.
When her week of secret surveillance is up, the workers she met will be called into head office. And when they find out the truth about who she really is,
So I'm Karen Stintz, and I'm chair of the TTC.
lives will never be the same again.
No way.
Because this is Undercover Boss Canada. The Toronto Transit Commission will transport over 500 million people this year. Public transit keeps large urban centres moving efficiently, and millions of cars off already gridlocked streets. Karen Stintz was appointed chair of the TTC just over a year ago.
I'm a city councillor. Additionally, I'm chair of the Toronto Transit Commission, the third largest transit agency in North America and the largest in Canada.
Karen is responsible for setting and managing the budget, deciding policy, and dealing with customer service issues.
It's a pretty exciting role, making sure that we're providing a good service that's responding to the needs of the public.
Karen has been working hard all her life. When she was 4, family life unraveled as her mother battled mental illness.
As a child growing up and having a parent with mental illness, there were lots of difficulties that you experience. Oftentimes, my mum wouldn't be able to cook dinner, and so I would have to figure out at a very young age how I was going to manage.
By the time she was 10, her mother, who suffered from schizophrenia, could no longer raise her. Her father stepped in.
My father was very good because he always made sure that my mother was included in our family dinners, even though it was very difficult for him, so that I would always have a relationship with my mother. But as I've grown older, I've recognized that it's really the person that I love, and it's the illness that I don't. It is the person who needs you, makes you forgiving.
Karen met her husband, Daryl, when they worked together 15 years ago. Today, her stable family means everything to her.
I have the benefit of being married to one of the best husbands in the world. I have 2 wonderful kids. I'm sorry. I love my family. They are my grounding. They are the source of joy.
You do have a milk mustache.
I have learned more through my kids than I have in my life.
I forget what I was going to say.
My wife's best traits are compassion, dedication. Karen has this remarkable ability to really connect with people. It's like she's trying to make things better.
An ability to connect with people is needed now more than ever. In a climate where public services have been coming under attack, the TTC has faced its share of criticism.
We still have incidents where operators are appearing rude and customers don't feel as if they're getting the service that they're paying for.
Public frustration is boiling over, and TTC employees are abused daily.
A TTC driver was attacked this morning.
We know we have a public perception issue, and as we try to address it, it always feels as if we're taking 2 steps forward and then 1 step back. The public want it to be a clean, efficient service, and we fall short of our service delivery.
And this year, Karen and her board are having to slash their budget by 10%, which means jobs could be on the line.
So there's many things that I hope to discover by going undercover. One is what kind of cuts we can make and what kind of cuts would really be detrimental to the service. The other part is hearing how we can provide better customer service. Hey guys, how you doing?
Oh, good. How are you doing? Good. So I want to thank you both for coming down to City Hall. I am going undercover at the TTC in various jobs over the next 6 days.
Wow. Okay.
And the reason why I want to do this is because as we undergo our budget exercise and we try to become more efficient, it's important for me to understand all the functions of the organization so that we don't cut jobs that are essential to the community. Also, we've had some public perception concerns with the TTC and our customer service. So I'm looking forward to getting to work with our employees and learning from them and hearing from them, and in the process, changing public perception.
How are you going to hide from our employees, or how are they not going to recognize you when you walk around?
Well, I have a disguise.
Because she is recognizable as a councilwoman and chair of the TTC, Karen will transform herself into Ruth Bear, a trainee who hopes to be working at the TTC while being followed by a documentary film crew.
Having the disguise that I have, I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to be recognized.
Not only will Karen be changing her looks, she'll also be changing her address. For the week, Karen will be away from her family, staying at a budget motel. Tomorrow is her first day undercover. Coming up, Karen puts on the brakes.
Now, what I need to do is not hit the emergency brake. Uh-oh, what's going on here?
And later,
It's not going.
will pulling an all-nighter push her off the rails?
Carmen, where's the oil?
Karen Stintz used to be a career high flyer. Now, she's been brought down to earth. She's quit her job for the week as chair to the Toronto Transit Commission. It's 4:30 a.m. and Karen is preparing for her first job. Not just undercover, but underground in the subway.
The daily pressures for subway operators are enormous. They carry almost 1 million people a day through the system. And we, as a rule, don't talk about jumpers because we don't want to encourage any copycat behavior. We do have approximately 23 jumpers a year. And for subway operators who witness that, it's extremely traumatic for them.
At 23 a year, that means 4% of subway drivers will experience a suicide at least once during their career.
I'm here at Wilson Yard, and I'm learning how to be a subway operator. And I have to say I'm a little bit nervous about it. I feel kind of like I want to throw up because the full weight of what I've just gotten myself into is beginning to dawn on me. Subways are intimidating, and if you make a mistake, the consequences could be deadly.
Karen will be getting instruction from Amy, a subway operator who has no idea that the rail rookie is actually her boss.
Hi.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Amy.
Hi, Amy. I'm Ruth. Nice to meet you.
So I hear you want to be a subway driver.
I do. I'm a little nervous about it.
It's going to be fun. I'll guarantee you that. This is my partner, Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. Nice to meet you. I'm Ruth.
On every train, there's always two. You always have somebody to watch your back.
That's great. I can't believe we're going to be on
It's
the
a beauty.
train.
Right now, we'll just focus on the driving end of it. And then we're going to start operating the doors. Okay?
Okay, excellent.
Okay, let's
Sounds
go.
good.
During the rush hour, up to 1,000 commuters squeeze into the train, and Amy's responsible for them all.
196 run. We are going in service now, sir. See how there's a 6 under the platform?
Oh, yes.
I have to stop the train there. That ensures that the train is on the platform and the back end is not out. And when you do stop, the train has to be fully stopped.
Please stand clear of doors.
So, Amy, how long have you been working at the TTC?
13 and a half years. I thought, I love trains, and to be able to drive a train, that would be like, wow.
Is it a huge responsibility?
It is. You have all these people's lives in your hand. But you know what? Life is busy, especially if you have children.
How many kids do you have?
I have 4. So when I come to work, for me, this is like relaxation.
Yeah.
Just me and my train.
Amy and Jerry, her partner on the train, switch places on return routes, driving one direction, manning the doors in the other. Now, it's Amy's turn to control the door mechanism, making sure the passengers are all safely aboard.
So what do you think the public doesn't know about your job?
That it's not a 9 to 5. When they're at home enjoying Christmas and New Year's and all that with their family. We're here make sure that they get around. We end up not being with our families.
Do you have time together, you and your husband?
I start at 6:30 in the morning, and I'm usually home about 8 o'clock.
Oh my gosh.
We have a lot of stress in that, and we have nothing to do with fares or how the system's running, right? It's not our faults. But unfortunately, we are the first that the public sees, and when they're upset, we get it. Some people are not nice. Smile, say good morning, it makes us happy.
I've learned a lot more about some of the frustrations of being an operator. The passenger complaints that she needs to listen to, you really do need a thick skin.
Good afternoon, yard control. Permission to come into the yard. And unfortunately, a lot of the public doesn't understand exactly what we do. It's not just driving a train.
Subway operators train for 31 days. Karen gets 1. This state-of-the-art simulator will allow her to spin her wheels in a safely controlled environment.
This is very exciting. All right, everyone, hold on. All right, so we're gonna get up to speed. Okay, it's green light, so I know
Right, you're good. Everything's clear.
This is feeling kind of fast.
You only slow down when you see the 6 marker. That means that you're going to brake.
No,
There it is.
There it is right now, so I put on the brakes.
Now you got
now
emergency.
now I stop the train.
You stop the train. It's
Oh,
okay.
dear.
Give it some more juice. Keep rolling it.
With 800,000 subway riders each day, drivers can't afford to make this kind of mistake. An accident could be catastrophic.
Now I
Okay,
can
get a
brake.
full brake now so you can open the doors.
Okay.
Oh, you're ready to go. 'Cause it's green.
Oh, it's green. Okay, so here we go. Full power.
Yeah. Okay, put some brakes on.
Now, what I need to do is not hit the emergency brake. Uh-oh, what's going on here? I've got something too fast?
Yeah, you went to emergency.
Did I go to emergency brake? Oh, no, I did it again. Oh,
It's okay.
Even when you're in a simulator, even when it's a safe environment, you realize how complicated it is to drive a subway. And seeing Amy operate the vehicle this morning has given me a much better appreciation for the responsibilities that operators have every day.
It's a lot different when it's, obviously, it's the real rails, but at least it gives her an idea of what to expect. Things happen that, you've got to overcome.
So what's been your hardest day?
The hardest day for me was when I come into the station, I saw the person, he backed up and he ran up into the air, and he jumped and committed suicide in front of my train.
Oh, my God.
That was a hard day for me.
No doubt.
The worst thing for me was when I made eye contact, because he hit once, then the second time, and he looked at me and he went under. He had certain features like my son, and I'm thinking, oh, that really, yeah.
Were you in shock?
Just sat on the platform floor, and I just sobbed. I wouldn't have moved until these 2 passengers came to get me. One of the ladies was cleaning my face. They were giving me water. I'm in shock, right? I guess you think of, could I have stopped sooner?
So how did you deal with that personally when you saw him?
We're lucky that we have a company that they look after their employees when it comes to that. Yeah. Like, special therapists and all that. And that really helped. I can make sure we're okay before we go out there.
When Amy told me her story, I felt just really amazement at her courage and a sense of sadness that she had to see that just because she came to work that day. I was glad to hear from Amy that the TTC does offer support services through the company. Another initiative that we're doing is launching the suicide prevention link, where people in distress can call and get instant access to a therapist or someone that can help them if they're in distress.
It's important for me to share my story. This way people understand. There's many more things in life that you've got to overcome. It makes you stronger. It truly does.
TTC Chair Karen Stintz has gone undercover in her own organization, posing as a trainee being taped for a documentary. With the commission facing bad press and budget cuts, Karen might have to swing the axe. Today, she's working at the Harvey shop, where costly repairs on TTC vehicles are carried out. She wants to see if there's a cheaper alternative.
As we go through our budgetary process and we need to make decisions around where we might be making cutbacks, it's important for me to know at the front line the kinds of services that we provide to fix our streetcars and buses when they have been vandalized through graffiti or other means.
So, under the guidance of Tony, the chair of the TTC is going undercover to recover chairs for the TTC.
Hi, Tony?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm Ruth.
Ruth, pleasure to meet you.
Nice
Welcome to Harvey Shop.
Thank you.
All of these inserts that we're rebuilding are either damaged from graffiti or they've been slashed. So what we essentially do is remove this skin of material. We want to try and keep the foam as intact as possible. And when you pull it like this, you see how that comes clean?
Oh, nice.
That's what you want. So the whole idea is to recycle these. Why don't you give this a try?
Sure.
Just pull it right across as if you're
Uh-oh.
moving
No, that's not good. Oh, look at that. There we go. This guy doesn't want to give it up. You made this look so easy, Tony.
Sometimes they're tough.
This one is giving me a hard time. I'm slowing down production.
That's okay.
About how many seats do you reupholster each week?
Say 100 seats on average.
100 seats a week?
100, personally, myself.
Really?
The Harvey Shop reupholsters about 26,000 seats a year at a cost of over $5 million.
So what would you recommend as a deterrent against graffiti and vandalism?
Well, I think the educational approach. I think that's the best way.
Yeah.
Because if people don't actually understand it, they won't do anything about it.
Right.
You know, ultimately, whatever it costs the commission, it costs the passenger. We all ride on the system, including myself.
I'm finding this to be quite a bit of work, and it's very labor-intensive. It's been fabulous working with Tony. He's a great teacher. He takes great pride in his work.
Perfect.
Yeah?
What I love about my job, essentially, is knowing that these seats on these units look brand new when I'm done with them. So you're starting to get a feel for this already.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good.
Tony made an excellent suggestion for an ad campaign to educate the public on how much it costs the system when these seats are damaged or vandalized, because ultimately it costs everybody. So this is great. So you mentioned, do you have a family?
Married.
So what do you guys like to do in your spare time?
Oh, I'm a sport nut.
Really? What type of sports? Do you like football?
The American teams that I pretty much follow, the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, my husband likes Packers and the Patriots.
Oh, great teams.
Yeah. So what's it like to work at the TTC?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Been here for, say, around 27 years. Everything I've done here, I've enjoyed. So if I'm happy, that's all that matters, right?
Good for you.
You know, so.
Good for you.
Now it's back to work. Karen's put them behind schedule, so she'd better find herself a seat.
So what you essentially do, you just want to line it up. When you drop it, you bring it over here. That's a hydraulic press. You grab the material like this, pulling up lightly, and you're dropping the material so that there's adhesion. We're going to raise this, remove the seat, come over here and trim this, and as a final touch, we'll brush it off so that there's no lint on it. So why don't you give it a shot?
Okay. Oh, I did that wrong. Oh, no. I think it's this way I do this. Tony!
Yes, Ruth.
Help!
How are you making out?
What did I do wrong?
Okay, you put it in the press, it'd be a lot easier for you to actually do this point.
Right.
So
Thank you.
It's a lot easier for you because you're not holding it. I'll just be over here. If you need me, just call me.
Okay.
All right.
Tony! Help!
Ruth, how you doing?
This isn't right.
Still got
I do that,
few
right?
steps to go.
Yeah, because now I've got to go over here.
And it'd be easier if you actually worked on the other side.
Tony! Mine doesn't look like yours.
That's okay. You're not at that point yet.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry.
Fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Adhere that to the glue, and then just drive it home.
So let's see. What do you think?
It's very good.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay.
You have to dust it off. There you go. Overall, nothing that can't be adjusted as we go along. Trust me.
Today being undercover was fun, and this entire experience has been about learning that I could push myself and I could learn new things. Tony has great ideas. If we could educate the public on the cost of vandalism in the system, we wouldn't have to raise fares and we could manage with our budget constraints. And it's one of the ideas that I will be taking back to senior management and to my colleagues so that we can promote it.
So you did great, man. High five.
Thank you. You're an awesome teacher.
I take a lot of pride in my work, period. And when it leaves my desk, I know that when that's in that car or that bus or that streetcar, people are going to go, that's a nice seat. I can sit in that seat.
Karen returns to her low-budget motel. This will be her third night away from her family.
Hi, honey. How are you? Good. How are the kids? Good. Yeah, my God, it's been exhausting, though. Yeah. No, I miss you guys. Miss you a lot. Well, tell the kids I love them. I'll see you soon, baby. I love you too. Bye.
Coming up, Karen gives herself the runaround.
Okay, whoa, here we go. Here we go. It has a mind of its own.
And later, she finds the job particularly hard to grasp.
Oh, no.
In a town that loves nothing better than to trash talk the TTC, Karen Stintz is determined to find out if the rumors are all rubbish, as she heads into her third day undercover.
When the TTC is dirty or looks run down, those are the first comments that I receive. And so I think it is very important that we do keep the TTC clean.
This morning, she'll be wiping down on the front line with Newfoundland-born Sylvia, the custodian of Victoria Park Station.
Hi, Sylvia.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Ruth.
Hi, Ruth. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Are you going to be working with me today?
I am. I am.
Okay. So right now I'm just doing my dusting and that.
Great. Can I help you?
Sure can.
So you've been here for a couple of years?
I've been in the maintenance section for over 24 years. So
Really?
A long time.
That's great.
Workers like Sylvia dispose of 500 kilos of garbage every day, mostly composed of paper cups, newspapers, and cigarette butts. Filth that's a potential fire hazard. And with budget cuts looming, there's speculation of some jobs being outsourced.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever found?
Oh, you know what? You find everything, to be honest. Some of it's pretty gross, too, okay? See a gentleman, so you stand to the side.
Okay.
Stand off to the side and you allow the customers to go first. Thank you. You're welcome.
Sylvia has a great customer service focus. Even when we were sweeping the stairs, she made sure she always stepped aside to let the customers come down first.
Whew, pile of garbage there. If I see it, the public sees it. That's the way I look at it. And when I leave at the end of the day, the station looks good, it makes me feel good.
Smells a little bit up here.
Probably urinate in corners, which isn't very nice, but it happens, okay? I think we pretty well got this.
People talk about the TTC not being clean. They should come to this station.
Yes, they should.
I got payload up here. Is there anything you find frustrating about the job?
Yeah, when you're doing your job and you'll see people throw stuff on the floor on purpose in front of you.
Oh.
You know, as you're working, they'll spit the gum on the floor. But there's nothing you can do about it. It is frustrating sometimes, but if they weren't throwing the garbage around and making a mess, I wouldn't have a job. That's the way I look at it. I've been verbally abused. If they have a bad day at home, they take it out on me because I'm the first person they see when they come through the door. So I just go with the flow on a situation like that. You have to.
So, tell me, Sylvia, are you from around here?
No, well, I was born in Newfoundland.
Oh, Newfoundland.
Yes.
Do you ever get back to Newfoundland?
No. No. I wanted to go this year, but my sister couldn't get the time off. So.
Oh, your sister's still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe next year. Maybe next year, I'm hoping.
So does she get to come here to see you, or
No.
You haven't seen each other for
a few years now, so it'll be nice. I wanted to go this year, but I couldn't. So.
So do you have any advice for me on this job?
The best advice I can give you: do your job. You know, do it to the best of your ability, and always keep yourself busy. Okay, that way your job goes fine. Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem.
After a light break, it's time for some heavy machinery.
We just turn the machine on.
Okay.
You see here?
Turtle.
Turtle. Okay, that's as slow as it can go, and rabbit is as fast as it can go. Here we go. Just like a Zamboni on the ice. You know hockey? Yes. So do you want to give it a try? I'll turn it down. Okay, you're ready to go. Okay, you're gonna
Whoa. I'm turning this down. It has a mind of its own.
No, you're the one in control.
Really?
Yes.
Doesn't feel that way. Hi, how are you doing? My first day on the job.
She's doing great. No.
So Sylvia, tell me, what was your best day on the job?
The day I got hired, to be honest with you. Because
That's great.
I knew then that I had a job with a future. I think that's why I still appreciate having my job here. Oh.
Okay, whoa, here we go. Here we go.
Okay, turn.
Here we go, we're swinging. Good.
Go straight.
Wee. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
No, you know what?
Just Just until I get...
Just till you get used to it. That's how you learn.
Thank you, Sylvia.
You're welcome.
You're very patient with me.
Every day, there's potential for abuse from a disgruntled public who target frontline employees like Sylvia.
Sylvia's great. I think the one thing that did surprise me was that she does take some abuse on occasion. And it's too bad that sometimes the customers don't realize the valuable job that she does. So I think it is very important that riders understand that our ability to keep the system clean really relies on them as well. I would be surprised to see anyone doing the job better than Sylvia. You can't have better service when you have employees who care as much as she does.
It's 8 p.m. and undercover boss Karen is on her way to her last assignment at the TTC. She'll join the night team responsible for cleaning and refueling the buses, called the Sunset Crew, because their day begins when almost everyone else's is ending.
I'm on my way right now to work my first night shift and learn a bit more about how they get the buses cleaned to get ready to go into service the next day.
The TTC is under constant scrutiny, but unfortunately, it's under a pile of rubbish.
We've had some feedback recently that our buses aren't as clean as the public expects them to be. So I'm looking forward to learning about the job that the Sunset Crew does.
Karen will be working with Carmen, who's been working nights for 7 years.
Take it to the wash rack, service it, wash it. Actually,
Hi.
Ruth?
Yes, Rick?
Yes.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. This is Carmen Miller.
Hi, Carmen. I'm Ruth. Hi,
She is going to take you around, show you the ropes, show you where everything is.
Wonderful.
All right?
Thank you.
So what are we going to be doing today? Thank you.
Everything you don't want to. It's a tough job.
What is this job?
It's called service person. We clean the buses, we fuel the buses, and check all the fluids.
And how long is your shift? You said 10 hours?
10 hours.
Carmen and the rest of the Sunset Crew service 250 buses and dispose of 500 kilos of trash every night.
So this is a fueling line. So what happens is, a bus is going to come through those doors. Either one. Oh, here we go. It's going to come down here and it's going to stop here. The guys will be sweeping the inside of the bus. We'll do that later.
Okay.
We're going to be fuelers and check all the fluids inside the bus now.
Okay.
Carmen will walk Karen through each task before handing it off for her to try.
Okay, so this is how fast you have to do it. No hesitation whatsoever.
As the buses roll in, one after another, Carmen's got to get it right, because every one of them will be carrying passengers come the morning rush hour.
Let me do the next one. He's already fueled it.
Carmen will fill up the gas tank, check the oil, engine coolant, and the transmission and brake fluid, cleaning at least 40 vehicles every night. She's on a time crunch, just 15 minutes a bus to keep the fleet in top shape.
You're good to go.
With only a short break between the incoming buses, this is beginning to look like a tough 10 hours.
Okay.
Now it's Karen's turn to try her hand at gassing up. And it's not as easy as Carmen makes it look.
Okay.
Lift it up from here?
Yeah.
And put it in? I don't think I'm lined up.
Yeah.
It's not going.
Try it now.
The TTC fills the fleet up with 240,000 liters of diesel every night.
Hold up. I see. Got it. Okay.
So you got to pull this up.
Now, to check the oil.
Okay.
Pull out. All right. Oh, my wow. Oh, my gosh.
It's dusty.
That's part of the job. Okay, and this is the oil, right?
Yep.
All the way out. You're good. I'm good? Okay. Now.
On to the coolant and transmission fluids.
Oh, no. Because it'll spray in my face.
Yes.
Okay. What do? I pull it down?
Yeah.
Holy. No kidding, man.
It's full.
It's good.
You're killing me.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Don't be too rough with it because you might break it.
I don't want to break it.
Shoot.
There's no question it's physically demanding. You're throwing out trash, you're filling up a gas tank, checking the oil, lifting up panels.
Okay, that's good enough. Next bus.
And you're expected to do that again and again and again to get all the buses through. Oh, my God. Good Lord.
This is nothing.
Carmen's fabulous. She is very positive.
Girl power.
She's a wonderful personality, very chatty person, happy person.
Do you like to do this job?
You have a tough job. Clearly is dedicated to her job and easy to work with.
Okay.
The pace is unrelenting, and Karen can barely keep up with the high-octane Carmen.
Oh, jeez. We're falling behind.
Like that? Hey! Did it.
Ruthie's doing good, and she's got a good attitude, which is the most important thing about being successful at TTC. You gotta know how to joke with people, get along with everybody.
It's not turning!
You're killing me. Okay,
show off. Look at that.
Though the Sunset Crew works to exhaustion night in and night out, it's not easy to stay ahead of the complaints from the public.
A lot of the bad feelings that the patrons have for TTC, I think, is driven by what they hear in the media. They're going to put the bad points about the TTC out there. They need to put the good points, too. People need to appreciate that we're able to get the buses out on the street. You're good to go. We're not perfect. We're not machines. But, man, we're trying our hardest.
Next, filling all those buses up breaks Karen down. It's 3 a.m. on Karen's final night undercover at the TTC, and she's struggling to keep up with the relentless engine that is Carmen.
Carmen, where's the oil?
After 8 hours on the job, things are finally gearing down.
So how long have you been doing the night shift?
For 7 years, I've been doing nights. I have to do nights. I have 3 parents who are, 70 and older. My grandmother, my mother, my father, and they're all sick.
Oh, my God.
So,
do they stay with you?
Yeah. So I have to do doctor's appointments, all those kind of things. I have to be home during the day. My mom, she's been battling psychological problems.
Really? My mom, too.
Yeah, yours too?
Schizophrenic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you know how that is.
Yeah.
So we're living parallel lives here.
It must be difficult to care for 3 people.
And you know what, though? There are people in this world who have a heck of a lot harder than I'm ever going to have it.
Honestly, the hardest part of the job is that I would like to actually sit down with Carmen and actually tell her who I really am. She made a comment that we're living parallel lives, and in many ways we are. I feel a little uncomfortable because she is sharing with me so openly, and yet I feel like I'm holding back from her. And it's the first time actually being undercover that I felt that I would have rather sat next to Carmen as Karen. Oh, we have a dirty bus.
Yeah, it's filthy dirty.
So you could be a bus driver on the street?
No. I'd go back to school. Taking courses and things so I can get my way up. Hopefully, in my last 10 years, I'll be in management.
Oh, good. I'm bringing down our quota.
They'll call you into the office, not me.
All right.
But you know what? At least you leave a clean bus, and that's really important.
Yeah. I wish the people that rode the bus left a clean bus.
Oh, this is nothing. You should see when they leave French fries or rice. Rice is my favorite. Alrighty. One more?
One more, let's do it.
Urgh! Who does that? Everybody.
I don't know, how many buses did we do? 1,000?
You're lucky if you did 10.
What's your quota?
It's 36.
Really?
Yeah.
Felt like a lot.
Okay, so we're good to go.
All right.
Okay, now this is the fun part.
Carmen, you're a trooper.
Oh, thank you.
That's a hard night to work.
No, you get used to it after a while. A year or 2.
And you've been doing this job for?
Too long.
Too long.
It's time for something different.
When we were pulling the bus in, you said you'd go back to school if you could. Would you go back to school?
Oh, yeah.
What would you take?
Try and take management. Yeah, but I just put them on the back burner.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, you have to put more money in the household. Pursuing dreams, no. Just put more money in the household.
Yeah. Got a lot of weight on your shoulders.
It's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to go home.
Okay.
Ruth did pretty good for a newbie. If she was on her own, she would have died. Okay.
Carmen, thank you so much for today.
I hope you had fun.
I did.
If she really wanted to do it, I'm sure she could do it just fine. But I think that there's other places in the organization where they get more out of her, and she'd be happier.
Thank you.
Maybe you'll become a TTC employee one day.
Maybe.
Yeah, my boss, probably.
The most impressive thing about Carmen is how much she has to balance at home and the job she does at work. She's managing a 10-hour shift at night, cleaning 40 buses a night, and it's hard work. I'm exhausted.
It's 6 a.m. and Karen's finished the overnight shift and her time working undercover.
It's really amazing how my life and Carmen's life have been so similar. We're really sort of leading parallel lives. And it makes me think about how much I miss my wonderful family.
The stresses of long hours working undercover have finally caught up with Karen, and she wants to see her family again.
My experience going undercover was very positive. Today, my last day as being undercover was actually the hardest because Carmen was sharing and they shared with me experiences and their stories that they may not have felt comfortable sharing had they known I was the chair. The most important thing I learned is how much pride and commitment our employees have to customer service and how the media often portrays employees very differently than from how they see themselves.
Coming up, Karen returns to her job as chair and reveals her true identity to the employees.
So I'm Karen Stintz, and I'm chair of the TTC.
Oh, no.
How will they react when they find out the person they trained is actually their boss? After working undercover, Karen Stintz has flipped her wig and tossed off her nose ring, ready to get back to business at TTC headquarters.
The TTC has been under criticism in a number of areas, one with cleanliness, some with customer service. And as we're going through the difficult exercise of budget reductions and finding out ways to have the system run more effectively, it's given me a new perspective.
Now it's time for the TTC chair to report to her associates.
Hey guys.
Oh, hello, Karen. How are you?
Good, how you doing?
Thank you.
Good. What I learned this past week is that we have exceptionally dedicated employees. So what we need to do is make sure that message gets out.
Yep.
And I think there's things that we can do to educate the public on how they can help us keep our costs low. As we do our work, they can help us as well.
There are buses out there now with seats upholstered by Karen Stintz.
Tony does 20 chairs in a day. I did one.
The workers who mentored her this week have been summoned to head office. They're anxious to find out why, and a big surprise is on the way.
Hi, Sylvia.
Hi.
Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
So, I don't know if you recognize me.
Yes, I do.
You do?
How you doing?
Good. Do you know who I am?
Yes, and I'm gonna kill you.
That's amazing.
Oh, for crying out loud.
So my name is Karen Stintz.
You work, I don't believe, you work, oh.
I'm chair of the
you,
TTC.
I had no idea it was you. You had me fooled.
So I went undercover for a week because I wanted to learn firsthand about the work that you guys do. So I'm very grateful to you that you shared with me some of the hardships and some of the sacrifices that you've made. I was very moved by the story that you shared with me, and so I wanted to acknowledge what that meant to me. And so we've arranged that Bombardier is going to give a $5,000 donation to the Crisis Link hotline and to the Distress Center in your name, so that there is a way for people who are in distress to get the help that they need.
Wow. I don't know what to say.
In addition to that, because you shared with me the time that you spent away from your family, we've arranged for a trip to New York, sponsored by Porter Airlines.
Wow. Who knew this was going to happen?
And it's my hope, and why I did what I did was I hope that the world can see what I saw working alongside you. So thank you, Amy.
Wow. It's a lot for me to take in, actually. That's all anyone wants in life, is to be appreciated. Them donating that money, that means a lot to me. On that New York trip, I plan to take the subway. And that's exciting for me.
I want to say that I was so impressed by your skills and your dedication. And you talked to me about the importance of a public awareness campaign.
Absolutely.
And so I was wondering if you could help us. Well, because it was your idea, and I think it's a great idea. If you would help us educate the public on the cost of vandalism and graffiti in the system.
Sure.
And I know you're a bit of a sports fan.
Yes, I am.
So there's something else I'd like to offer you, but I've got someone special here today.
How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
How are you?
Willie Powell.
Nice to meet you, Willie.
How you doing? I'm Willie Powell, Free Safety with the Toronto Argonauts. I wanted to present you with an authentic Toronto Argonauts number 10 jersey, a Willie Powell jersey, just for you.
Wow. Oh, well, thank you very much, Willie.
You're very welcome. And also,
that is awesome.
I wanted to personally invite you to the 100th Grey Cup being played right here in Toronto next year, 2012. You and a guest, tickets as a guest of ours.
Well, thank you very much. I accept the invitation. The thing I'm most excited about is obviously meeting Willie Powell. And on top of it, to be invited to the 100th anniversary Grey Cup game, how can you ask for more? Public service messages or encouragement of the public. I'm a little bit nervous, but overall, I'm looking forward to it. It's quite the challenge.
But I want to thank you, Sylvia. You really exemplify all that the TTC is.
Thank you very much. No, I appreciate that. I really do.
Yes, and I know that you mentioned that you had a vacation planned with your sister.
Yeah.
What we did is I've arranged for you to fly out to Newfoundland to see your sister. And we called her employer.
No way.
Yeah, and we got her some time off.
No, you're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
It means a lot. Because I haven't seen her since before we lost our mom, so.
Oh.
No, it's great. It really is. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you for the work that you do.
I'm still in shock. It's an amazing feeling, though. Finding out that I get to see my sister's probably the best, and it was cool that Karen got to try my job, to see what my job's really, what it's really like when we're out there.
Karen, working with you in the night shift was honestly the hardest work I've ever done.
Okay. It was fun, though.
It was fun.
Wasn't it fun?
It was fun. But I don't know how you do it. I really don't.
You don't think about it. You just do it.
But not only do you work hard, you said we live parallel lives.
Mm-hmm.
We do. We do. My mom has mental illness.
Oh, okay.
And my dad lives with me.
Okay.
And so all of that was true.
Oh,
and so what I've been able to do is arrange for you to have a part-time caregiver.
Oh, my gosh.
To help you ease the burden at home a little bit.
Oh, my gosh.
And there's something else that I'd like to do.
Oh, God.
You mentioned that you wanted to go back to school.
Yes.
So I've arranged for a scholarship for you for York University.
Oh, my God.
For $8,000.
Oh, my God. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Oh, my God.
And so there's one other thing that I'd like to do.
Oh, my God. Wait, just give me a second.
You spend so much time looking after other people. I wanted to be able to give you a night out. So we've got red carpet tickets for the Toronto International Film Festival.
Oh, my God.
And we have a celebrity stylist, Brian Bailey, who's going to be there to give you a makeover and pamper you so that you start to know what it feels like to be taken care of. And personally, I want to thank you. I want to thank you on behalf of the Commission, because the public will get a chance to know that we have employees like you in our system, and I think it's really going to change the perception of the TTC.
Schooling is the best gift out of everything. If she had stopped with the schooling, I would have been just as happy. But I do know I feel bad for laughing at my boss's boss's boss. I really do. And I'm happy I still have a job.